Hey everybody, if you saw my last video of the ranking of the Star Trek movies, you knew I was going to make a ranking of the Harry Potter movies. Yes, I love Harry Potter. All the movies are actually good. Like the Star Trek movies, though, I had some least favorite Star Trek movies. When it comes to Harry Potter, there's not actually a Harry Potter movie I actually hate. I like all the Harry Potter movies, and unfortunately I can't make a top 10 because there's only 8 films, so I thought I'd rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. But even in my least favorite Harry Potter movie, I still enjoy it. So yeah, but that's the good thing about Harry Potter movies. Yeah, I was always a fan of Harry Potter. I love the books. I think J.K. Rowling did an awesome job, and they turned out to be great films. Some people are actually starting to not like them, but I'll always be a fan of Harry Potter, and I'm glad to rank them from the worst to the best. Let's do this. Coming in at number 8 is Order of the Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix is the weakest Harry Potter film I don't think it's very strong compared to the other 7. David Yates directed this one. This was just right after Mark Noel, and he did an okay job. It was really dark. The third act of this movie is very good, with the fight between the Death Eaters was really good. But how some of the stuff they did wasn't quite right. This is actually the longest Harry Potter book, Order of the Phoenix, so this should have been the longest movie. But this was actually the shortest movie. Yeah, they cut a lot of things out. And yeah, how they killed Sirius Black wasn't quite right. They missed a few things, but I still enjoyed this movie. Daniel Radcliffe's still good. Emma Watson, Rupert Grint are still good. I liked how Harry trained all the students. That was pretty cool. And yeah, the fight between Dumbledore and Voldemort was badass. It doesn't make sense because only Voldemort and Harry Potter's one can clash together, but still, watching that was badass, and watching Voldemort take Harry Potter's possess Harry like that was awesome. It was kind of creepy, but it was awesome. And I enjoyed Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix. It's the weakest one, though, because it didn't really, it missed a lot of things from the books, and honestly, the other 7 were much better, so yeah, that's my opinion. Coming at number 7 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Actually, this is actually a pretty well-liked Harry Potter. This is actually directed by Mike Noel, who actually did Donnie Brasco. Yeah, he went, hey, Donnie Brasco, now he's doing a Harry Potter movie, but I like this movie because this is actually the first PG-13 Harry Potter movie, because this is actually when it starts getting really dark and kind of like a little violent, especially in the ending, when Peter Pettigrew's chopping his hand off and shit like that. I liked this movie. This movie is mostly about the Triwizard Tournament and meeting all these different schools, and they're all competing for this big trophy, and it was pretty cool. And yeah, Robert Pattinson is in this movie, and yeah, it's the introduction to Edward Cullen. Thank God he actually acts better in this Harry Potter movie than he does in any of the Twilights, but yeah, this movie was fine. It's not like the best Harry Potter movie. Some people even call this their favorite. I don't see why. It was a pretty good adaptation to the book. It stays very true to the book. Just, I don't know, there's nothing exciting about it, except the last act of this movie. The last act of this movie was very, very good. When Voldemort comes back, and when Peter Pettigrew kills Cedric Diggory, that shit's intense. When Harry fights Voldemort for the first time, that was pretty good. Even the scene with the maze, that was pretty cool too. Victor Crumb getting bewitched and everything, that was pretty cool. That was pretty intense. Even the scenes with the Triwizard Tournament, I loved those. I loved seeing Harry fight the dragon. I loved seeing them do the underwater thing. Harry Potter gets the gills and stuff. Those were cool. The Triwizard Tournament was cool. The last act of this movie was cool. The rest of it was just the same old Harry Potter, them doing classes, them getting a new dark arts teacher. Brendan Gleeson, that was an awesome Mad-Eye Moody, but there's nothing really new about this Harry Potter movie, and that's why it's only number 7, but still love it. Coming in number 6 is the Harry Potter movie everyone actually doesn't like, Chamber of Secrets. This is the second Harry Potter film. I guess, compared to the first one, people were like, oh, this was a letdown. But honestly, this is very, very loyal to the book. Again, Chamber of Secrets actually is the shortest book, and this is the longest movie. This movie's 2 hours and 43 minutes. This is the longest movie, and it has the shortest book. It goes really into detail with the book, which I really, really liked. The problem I do have with this movie, it's a lot like the first one. It's them going to classes, them doing Quidditch, them dealing with Voldemort in a way, and yeah, it's a little bit like the first one, but it's a little darker. They brought in this big spider called Aragon. That was pretty cool. And I liked seeing the backstory of Hagrid and Tom Riddle. That was pretty cool. And Harry fighting the Basilisk. That was pretty badass. But yeah, it is a lot like the first one, which is why it's only my number 6. But the reason I like this more than Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix is because it's way more loyal to the book. Order of the Phoenix was it cut so much shit out, and this one, every detail was in the book, and which I really liked. And I liked this movie, and I like Chris Columbus movies. Chris Columbus directed this movie. He did the first 2, and he did a very good job with this movie, and I really liked Chamber of Secrets. Some people might not like it. I enjoy it. Coming in number 5 is Half-Blood Prince. This is the Harry Potter movie with all the hormones and stuff, because this is like a straight-up teen movie almost, but I liked this movie, and yeah, it killed Dumbledore. Spoilers, but I liked this movie. This is the second time David Yates was directing a Harry Potter movie, and he nailed it this time. He did a good job with Lord of the Phoenix, but he did a way better job with this one. Again, really true to the book, and this movie was really dark, and it really went in depth with the characters. This is the movie that actually lets you breathe, and lets you just, sit with the characters, have fun with the characters, watch them interact with each other, how they deal with love, and how they deal with pain and everything. And again, you get more of a story for Tom Riddle / Voldemort, and it's really good. It's very interesting. I loved seeing Jim Broughton as the new potions teacher. He was really good. And I love his story with Voldemort. That was very interesting. This movie was just so interesting. And I love seeing Dumbledore, how he first met Tom Riddle. He had no idea if he was going to be this dark wizard that would kill everybody. But I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's a very intriguing movie. And I love how they did the Quidditch uniforms. I liked how different they were. That was pretty cool. But I enjoyed this movie. Yeah, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, they try to do actually a love story between Hermione and Ron in this one. I don't really buy it very much, but whatever. It's fine. Some of the romances in this movie are a little distracting and can be a little annoying. But this is actually the only movie, Tom Felton, Malfoy, he's actually, fun to watch. I always hate Malfoy. He's such a wimp of a character. He's a little more enjoyable, and he can be a little intimidating at times. Only in this movie, he turns back into a wimp in Deathly Hallows, but he was fine in this movie. The fight between Harry and him in the bathroom stall, that was pretty cool. Yeah, the ending of this movie was really, really well done with Dumbledore, especially when they're trying to get the Horcrux, and Dumbledore suffering through this potion. Oh, that's so bad. And then Snape just blasting Dumbledore and killing him. You're like, oh my god, what the hell is happening? Yes, they explain all that in the other movies, but oh my god. This movie knows how to end a movie. This is how you end a movie. This is how you get people interested. This is how you get people oh my god, I have to see the other one. It did The Empire Strikes Back. It hooked the audience in, and oh, we'll see you next year. Damn it, I want to know more. I liked Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, I liked Half-Blood Prince. It was a good story. The characters were interesting. It was really dark. A little too much teen stuff, but I still enjoyed it. Coming in number 4 is the one that started it all, The Philosopher's Stone. Yes, this is a straight-up adventure movie. This is what started Harry Potter. Some people say this is more for kids. In a way, yes, because again, this is directed by Chris Columbus, who does a lot of kids' movies. But I love this movie. I adore this movie. This is the Harry Potter movie I saw the most. I've seen this Harry Potter movie at least 3 times. I just love it. This is when you meet the characters for the first time, you get some good character development, them going to school for the first time, seeing all this place, seeing Hogwarts, seeing all these different classes and everything, seeing what Quidditch is. It was all so fascinating. That's what I loved about Philosopher's Stone. You're seeing all those new things for the first time, and then seeing this new world and everything, and you don't really quite get it. You're oh, the wizard world and the human world, how does that all work? You still don't know what it is, but in the beginning, you don't care because it's awesome. It's awesome. And I love this movie. And yeah, I like this movie very much because you see these kid actors, they're actually pretty good child actors. Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint were fine in the movie. And they had some pretty good actors, old actors to play some of these professors, like Maggie Smith, Alan Rickman, and Richard Harris, God rest his soul. Yeah, Michael Gambon became Dumbledore in Prisoner of Azkaban, but I liked Richard Harris as Dumbledore in Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone. He really killed it in Philosopher's Stone, though. He was really, really good. He played a very good, wise, nice old man, and yeah, you can tell he's got a lot of power, too. I like that. Richard Harris was great in this movie. I like this movie, Philosopher's Stone. It was just a fun adventure movie, and you got to see this world and see all these characters for the first time, and it was exciting and enjoyable. Coming at number 3 is Deathly Hallows Part 1. This was awesome, this movie. This was the darkest Harry Potter movie. This was really dark. Some people say it's a little too dark. And I get it, because it is pretty darn dark. This is when they actually start killing a lot of characters off. This is when Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley are on the run from the Death Eaters because they've taken over Hogwarts. And yeah, some of the stuff they have to go through in this movie is a little disturbing. Yeah, like, you got Ron getting shot in the shoulder. You got them both getting taken over by this Horcrux that's poisoning their minds. And oh my god, and they're listening to a radio throughout this whole movie. You have all the people that are getting killed. Yeah, this movie is really dark. And honestly, I loved every second of this movie. I loved the adventure, and I loved how this movie was directed. David Yates really directed this movie very well. And this is when Daniel Radcliffe showed that he was a good actor in these franchises, because he was awesome in this movie. And these characters, they battle a lot of demons in this movie, which I really, really liked. And yeah, this movie actually has the most atmosphere. There's so much atmosphere in this movie. It's very dark atmosphere. It's very gritty, and I really loved this. Loved it about this movie. And this was so intriguing, so interesting. And seeing these Harry Potter characters suffer was just so sad, but it was also so intriguing, because this is what characters have to go through to win in the end. You have to suffer before you finish in the end and defeat the bad guy, which I really liked. And yeah, the beginning of this movie was really great. Seeing them all fight the Death Eaters, they all turn to Harry, that was pretty cool. The second act of this movie is when it gets really dark. Them going on this adventure and just grinding through it all. You're like, oh my god, are they gonna make it? And then the third act was really sad, actually. Dobby is the one that gets axed off in this one, and it's very sad. Harry holding Dobby on the beach. It was really, really emotional. And part one, it kind of ends abruptly, but thank God part two starts exactly where it ends, and it's even better. And that's, of course, my number 2, Deathly Hallows Part 2. This movie is a way to end a franchise. This is a flat-out war. This entire movie is just a big battle, and it's freaking awesome. It's awesome. Again, more characters get axed off. It's awesome. I don't know what to say about this movie, other than it's awesome. It's well-directed. It's well-acted. It's got great action. It's got great art direction. The visuals are good. The CG looks great. It's awesome. And Snape's backstory, is one of my favorite scenes in movies. It's in, again, my top 10 favorite moments in movies. That scene is absolutely amazing. Awesome. Just YouTube that scene if you don't even want to watch this movie, but that scene with Snape's backstory, oh my god, it hit me. It hit me good. But yeah, Deathly Hallows Part 2 is my second favorite Harry Potter movie. And my number 1 favorite Harry Potter movie is Prisoner of Azkaban. I think this is everyone's favorite, because yeah, this is the best one. This is written and directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and he did an amazing job. This movie was well edited, well shot, had awesome visuals, had some good twists in it too. Like a Harry Potter movie with some good twists. Yeah, this is one that actually brings in time travel, and actually does time travel pretty actually clever in a way. And yeah, it's awesome. I loved this movie. I love the story. I love everything these characters went through. And yeah, it was awesome. And they brought in Gary Oldman, and Gary Oldman was the shit as Sirius Black. He was awesome. And yeah, also we have a cool werewolf fight too. That's pretty cool too. And yeah, this is my favorite Harry Potter movie. It's more charming, it's more riveting, and it's actually more smart too. And I actually wish Alfonso Cuarón did all the Harry Potter movies, but they were still good after, and I enjoyed the franchise. The Harry Potter movie franchise will always be remembered, and I'm glad all 8 films did well. I always enjoyed the books, and I was always a little nervous, oh, maybe one Harry Potter movie might suck. None of them did suck. Some of them weren't as good as others, but I enjoyed all of them. And thank God all these directors and all these cast members give such an amazing franchise. So yeah, that is my ranking of the Harry Potter movies, my least favorite to my favorites. So please comment below, give me your least favorite to your favorite Harry Potter movies. I know everyone's got a different opinion, so comment below, let me know. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.